I had been sneaking around behind my brother's back with Eden Smith, his best friend's brother. He pulled me close by the waist and drove us wild in all kinds of places. At bars, in the wild, and in even empty public restrooms. He was always eager for more. It was like unlocking new levels in a game. He was 5 years younger than me. He always called my name in his pitiful and innocent tone, while gripping my waist with renewed vigor. He never let me escape. I was powerless to stop Eden Smith's relentless momentum. I could only beg for mercy. Afterward, he would always pin me down with his body and playfully refuse to let go. He would relent only after coaxing me into whispering embarrassingly sweet nothings. For 3 whole years, we spent each night like that. He was like an insatiable, clingy cat. He kept asking more from me, but he never stayed the night with me. I calmed my unsteady breathing while looking at him. He had already buttoned his shirt. Katie, tie this for me. He sat on the end of the bed with a grin. His fingers lightly lifted the thin blanket, while his face was filled with a post-indulgent sense of satisfaction. My limbs were weak. I tied his tie while he stared straight at me. My family urged me again yesterday. We've been together for 3 years. Should we come clean with them now? Eden's gaze was initially filled with admiration. It quickly froze as he pulled my hands away. Why are you in such a hurry, Katie? I'm not ready yet. I wouldn't want to sell you short. I let out a breath in relief, smiled, and looked at him. If you dare not tell my brother, I'll do it. He wouldn't actually strangle his own sister, right? Eden did not answer. He just kissed my forehead and left the room. It was his birthday. I only went downstairs 3 minutes later, but I accidentally overheard his friends. Eden, you're impressive. Look, even the untouchable Miss Caesar willingly gave in and let you toy with her for 3 years. We're so jealous of you. Share us your thoughts. How's Miss Caesar? You don't really want to marry her, do you? I was stunned. He had claimed that he was worried his brother Nash Smith would scold him. That was why he refused to go public. Why did his friends know? Back in the past, Kate Caesar competed with June for lead singer, but you stepped in and made Kate voluntarily quit. Everyone knows that you and June are childhood sweethearts. You would video call her every morning to wake her up. Now, she's back. You're not getting soft on Kate, are you? Amidst the laughter, Eden's voice sounded especially indifferent. There's nothing to get soft over. June is the only one in my heart. At that instant, I felt as if a knife had stabbed my heart. I almost blacked out from the pain. The people in the room continued chattering, but I had lost all my strength. I stumbled back to my car. Tears could not help but stream down my face. When he first returned from abroad, I had accompanied my brother to pick him up. Unexpectedly, both Eden's appearance and personality were totally my type. I had always thought of him as a younger brother. One day, a crazy stalker tailed me, and I called him in a panic. He had smashed that guy's head open and even held me in his arms. I had been terrified. Katie, don't be scared. I'm here. That night, he confessed to me. After that, I avoided him for 2 weeks before he cornered me at my doorstep. When I looked into his teary eyes, I could not say no anymore. For 3 years, we lived intimately. I initially thought that he refused to go public because he was afraid that my brother would blame him for stealing his little sister. Unexpectedly, he had approached me just because of the girl he loved. I held the pain and called my parents. Dad, Mom, I accept your suggestion. I'll go back to the blind dates. I never regretted any of my decisions, even though I wasted these 3 years. I was finally done with Eden. Katie, it's great that you've come to your senses. When are you coming back? Your father and I will set you up with someone. I rubbed my eyes. They had turned red from crying. Let's do it in a week. I'll wrap up my work here. My parents happily hung up. When I returned to my apartment, I packed my personal belongings into my suitcase. I planned to discard the excess. I would also return all the things that Eden had put here. I was not deep asleep at midnight when a pair of familiar hands pinned my wrists above my head. Katie, you haven't wished me a happy birthday. When I opened my eyes, I saw that familiar handsome face. My heart did not flutter anymore. I strongly pushed him away and subconsciously pulled